Welcome, guys. We are back. We got a 3-game NBA slate to talk about. Vacation was nice and all. It was relaxing, but after the first day, I was like, yeah, I really want to play DFS. I'm a sick man. Guys. But yeah, I return and I get this 3-game slate. Yippee! But yeah, I'll do my best to break it down, guys. If you guys are new, I do make content for NBA, NFL DFS, as well as Prize Picks. They're the sponsor of the video. Placed a 2-pick power play on the plane right when I landed. Took the over on Siakam, took the over on Tyus Jones. Both hit pretty easily. So nice to get back on the winning track there for Prize Picks. But again, if you're not familiar, it's a player prop site where you build 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 6 player props and win up to 25x your money. All these sports they offer are listed up top. You can mix and match sports. Make sure to take advantage of this free square Justin Herbert, 0.5 passing yards. You still have a few days left to take advantage of that. So, yeah, guys, make sure to use that code. Again, it's DKDFS. It'll give you a 100% match up to $100. Basically, a free $100 to play with on the site. And if you guys want more in-depth content, you can check out my Patreon. I offer a lot of different packages linked down below. All right, so gross 3-game slate, but hey, it is a slate. So Detroit Miami's the first game here. A little bit of blowout rest in this game. Obviously, Detroit not the best. No Kate Cunningham, no Isaiah Livers. So that showdown slate the other day, that really tilted me when Bojan was like 70% owned. He shot 10 of 14 and 5 of 6 from 3. Of course, the next day goes for 22 fantasy points. But that really, really tilted me. The 46 bomb from a giga chalk Bojan Bogdanovic. The issue I have with the Pistons is, a lot of these guys look pretty similar with Bojan, Ivy, Hayes, Bagley, Stewart, Sadiq Bey. I think my favorite would probably still be the 2 guards in Ivy and Hayes. Last game was kind of a blowout, so didn't get extended run, but more often than not, you probably do see 30-plus minutes from Ivy and probably, 30-plus from Killian Hayes as well. I think those two probably my favorite. If you want to get to Bojan, that's totally fine. Again, he's relatively scoring independent, but if he knocks down a shot like he does 2 games ago, he definitely has a ceiling. Bagley, Stewart, the 2 bigs, kind of fine. Again, the tricky part here at the Pistons is a lot of these guys just look pretty similar. Like I said, Sadiq Bey been coming off the bench. He had a big game last game, but other than that, his minutes have been all over the place. I don't really know if I want to get to Alec Burks. I think 5K is too pricey for him. Minutes have been, kind of capped at around 15 to 20. Jalen Duren been seeing some backup 5 run. Minutes have ticked down a bit for him of late. I'm expecting somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 minutes, which makes him a playable value because he's not a bad point per minute guy. The rest, with like Knox, Diallo, Joseph, they're just dart throws in tournaments. More often than not, they're not going to get there. But yeah, that's the Pistons. Moving on to Miami Heat. So I'm expecting everyone to play for Miami, but they'll probably list everyone as questionable. Top guys look good. Jimmy, Butler, Bam, good matchup here. Jimmy Butler, 8.6K. Looks pretty good. Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, I think a bit easier to get to. Bam Adebayo has been playing huge minutes, like averaging close to 40 minutes a game. Tyler Hero literally has been playing like 40 minutes a game. So Hero, Bam, 2 guys I like the best, but if you want to get to Jimmy Butler, I think that's totally fine. He obviously has a ceiling too. Below that, Kyle Lowry at 6'7" feels a bit pricey. He still should see big minutes, but definitely when playing alongside Hero, Bam, and Jimmy, not a super high usage player. Max Strus, you know the deal by now with him. He's probably, his minutes have also ticked down a bit of late, but he can play like 30-plus minutes. He's reliant on his scoring, so when the minutes are ticking down on him too, it's a bit tough to prioritize him. I think Martin's still too pricey at 5'2" as well, so a lot of these secondary options feel too pricey for the Heat. Jovic has not been in the rotation. You did see a couple of rotation minutes for Haywood Highsmith. Dedmon will play the backup 5. You'll see some rotation minutes for Duncan and Gabe Vincent. I think if I had to pick one of these cheap end guys, it probably would be Gabe Vincent at 3-1. Now, I know only played 14 minutes last game, but previous to that, played 25. I think more often than not, you're probably getting around 20 minutes from Gabe Vincent. In a good matchup like this, I do think he is a solid punt play. All right, so the Lakers and the Cavs. Lakers been playing better of late. Anthony Davis been playing absolutely out of his mind. 71, 85 fantasy points the last 2 games. He's taking over offensively. The price has come up on him, but I still have no issue if you want to get to Anthony Davis. Yeah, like I said, he is playing some of the best basketball I've seen from him in a long time. LeBron James is 10-4, also should play mid-30s minutes. Looks pretty good at the top, does have small forward, power forward eligibility. The price has come down in Westbrook to a playable point. When he was in that like 8K range, just couldn't get to him with LeBron and AD back. At 6'5", I do think he's at least in consideration. Minutes, we're probably going to see 25 to 30 minutes from him, so not a priority, but the price point now makes him at least playable. And then you have a group of value for the Lakers with Lonnie and Schroeder and Reeves and Pat Bev and Troy Brown. All these guys are viable salary relief plays, right? A lot of, high-priced guys in the slate with AD, LeBron, Donovan Mitchell. We'll talk about Luka, Jokic, some of those Miami guys. So if you want to get to a lot of those stars, you're going to have to consider some of this value. So I think the Lakers value actually looks decent here. Lonnie Walker, minutes have kind of been all over the place, but I think more often than not, you're getting 25 to 30 minutes from him at 4.6. I like that. I like the price point in Dennis Schroeder, too. He's been consistently playing around 30 minutes. So I like Schroeder. I like Lonnie Walker. I think Austin Reeves is totally fine at 3.9K. Shooting guard, small forward eligibility makes him easy to get to in your lineups. Now, production's kind of been all over the place, but if you're going to give me a guy this cheap playing this amount of minutes on a small slate, I think he does look pretty good. Pat Beverly's 3-3. I mean, he has not played well this season, but he's in the rotation. He's probably going to play 25 minutes. So, yes, he's playable, as is Troy Brown, right? He should see probably low 20s minutes, 3.2K. So, I mean, you're not going to be excited really about playing any of these guys, but these are probably guys you're going to have to look to on a small slate like this with so many stars. The backup bigs, Bryant and Gabriel. Gabriel has been playing ahead of Bryant. He is questionable. If he misses, I would assume you just get the backup 5 run for Thomas Bryant. All right, moving on to Cleveland. So Jarrett Allen's been out for a while, but he could be back. He is questionable. That's pretty significant news. If Jarrett Allen's back, definitely downgrade Evan Mobley. And then just makes kind of everyone else, the secondary options, a bit riskier. Because Jarrett Allen, assuming no limitations, would come back and probably play like low 30s minutes. But at the top end, we have Mitchell, Garland, and Mobley. I think my favorite is Donovan Mitchell, 8.7K. Last game, that was a gross game, 92 to 81. But Mitchell's playing big minutes right now. And I expect, close to 40 minutes in a competitive game. Lakers have not been good defensively, so I really like Donovan Mitchell at the price point. I'm totally fine with Darius Garland, too. He has not shot well, 6 of 15, 5 of 19. He's still playing pretty big minutes. So the 2 guards I like. I give the edge to Mitchell over Garland, but still have interest in Garland. And then Mobley, this is kind of dependent on Jarrett Allen news. If Jarrett Allen's in, downgrade Mobley. If Jarrett Allen's out, I still think you can totally play 7.6K for Evan Mobley. My only concern would be potential foul trouble against Anthony Davis, who, like I said, has been playing super aggressive of late. Jarrett Allen, if he plays and there's no limitations, I think you can definitely get to him. He's been out for almost 2 weeks now, so there's definitely a chance if he comes back, he is limited. Kevin Love's 5'1". He's always someone in consideration for me off the bench in tournaments, just because he's a good point per minute guy. 2 games ago, we saw, that's the type of ceiling he can bring. He literally does. He can go for 40 plus for sure. So, but a lot of the times he will disappoint. It's just a situation where, the upside is there for Kevin Love. So always someone I do have some interest in for tournaments. The minutes on Karis LeVert have ticked down of late. Only played 16 last game. I think more often than not, you're probably going to get mid-20s minutes, which makes him playable at 4-5. Chetty Osman minutes, did play 30 minutes last game. His minutes kind of been all over the place. I think he's playable. As is Lamar Stevens. Again, played 27 minutes last game. Not a good point per minute guy, but a solid defender. I'm probably not going to get to anyone else, though. Don't think I can get to Isaac Okoro. And yeah, that's the Cavs. So let's finish up here. Dallas and Denver. This one should be a good game. This one I'm excited to watch. Luka Doncic, 13,000. So that was insanely tilting last night. I got Luka at 15% ownership. Was on pace to go for 80 fantasy points. Massive blowout to bail out the faders. But Giga Chalk and Embiid, double overtime, right? Come on. But yeah, Luka 13K. I mean, it's expensive, but it's Luka Doncic. So I'm totally fine if you want to pay up for Luka on this slate. You're going to have to look to those value guys, which we've talked about. The mid-range, I have a tougher time to get to these guys. Christian Wood, still playable in tournaments. Again, good offensively, but can get burned defensively. Spencer Dinwiddie at 6'4", should play around 30 minutes. Just playable. Jordan Finney-Smith, another one of those group of gross value you can consider. He's probably going to play 30 to 35 minutes. Low usage, but will be a big part of the rotation. Tim Hardaway Jr., I think, will get some ownership for sure. He's been playing better of late. The only worry I have with him is he's scoring dependent. So, he can still hurt you here. Look at the game against Milwaukee when he started. He played 21 minutes and went for 6 fancy points. So, while he has been producing very well of late, he still has that floor, and I think he's going to be a pretty popular play, honestly, like this. So it makes for an interesting fade in tournaments, but if he continues to make his shots like he has the last 4 games, the ceiling is definitely there. Kemba didn't play last game. Maxi Kleba, 3-4. We probably see mid-20s minutes from him. I closed him in price. Again, put him in that gross group of value that we have to consider on the slate. I don't think I can go to Reggie Bullock. I'd rather play Kleba. And then Josh Green, another guy I think might pick up some ownership. He's been playing better of late. 27 minutes against the Knicks, 31 against the Suns. However, both those games were blowouts. I think in a competitive game, we're probably seeing 15 to 20 minutes from him, but still definitely viable at 3-2. Finally, Denver. So Denver, we know Michael Porter Jr. is out. KCP on the injury report for the first time, and Jeff Green also questionable. So I'm not sure who they would start if KCP's out. Would they start the double point guard lineup with Bones and Jamal Murray? Or would they throw maybe a guy like Christian Brown or Devon Reed in there? That might be what they do. But back to the top, Jokic 11-4. I think looks great if you can afford him. Again, it just comes down to how many stars can you get in your lineup. But in a competitive game, you should see mid-30s minutes from Jokic, and I'm not really scared of Dwight Powell or Christian Wood defensively. So, yeah, sign me up for some Jokic. Jamal Murray, 7-1. He should play low 30s minutes. I think a totally fine option there in the mid-range. Bruce Brown, going to play big minutes. 34, 38 minutes over the last 3 games. Probably not going to be a super high usage player, but definitely viable in the mid-range. Aaron Gordon should see low 30s minutes. More often than not, he's probably going to give you around 30 fancy points, which makes him, again, just playable. Bones Highland, I don't know what happened last game. I don't know if he got injured or something, but he only played 5 minutes. He's always someone like Kevin Love that intrigues me for tournaments because when he does see more minutes, the ceiling is definitely there for Bones Highland. So, but at this price point, unless he starts, a little bit tough to prioritize him. And then KCP, like I said, if he plays, I actually think he's a decent value of 4K. Should play 25 to 30 minutes. If he misses, they can go a few different directions, right? Maybe they start the 2-point guard lineup. Maybe they throw a low usage guy like Christian Brown or Devon Reed in there. We'll see. Jeff Green, also questionable. He's been out for a while, so even if he's back, I don't think he's going to play a ton. Ankar, been seeing some rotation minutes at 3-3. Ish Smith at 3-2. He's also been seeing rotation minutes. He's a good point per minute guy. Again, last game was kind of a blowout, but I definitely do have some interest in him. But again, you only saw 5 minutes for Bones last game, so I would assume Bones plays more than that and probably takes away some minutes from Ish. Dusty DeAndre Jordan might see some backup 5 run. Again, maybe if Devon Reed starts for KCP, then maybe it can be in consideration. But again, not good as far as point per minute goes. All right, so yeah, that's a 3-game slate. It's pretty unappealing slate, but hey, at least I can now play NBA DFS again. That is the positive. So, if you have been enjoying, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I appreciate your support as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one.